Well, thank you for joining us. This is Grove Counseling. And one of the things we like to do with Grove Counseling is we like to tell stories of hope. I had the chance to meet a family and get to know the story of a girl named Emilee who went through this stroke and brain bleed and was fighting for her life in the hospital. And now she sits with us today as a living, breathing miracle. So I'd like to introduce you to Emilee and Jennifer. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Definitely. So I want to talk a little bit, Emilee, just growing up, who you were. You were this vibrant young lady that loves soccer and to sing. You love music, don't you?
Yes. Music was always my passion.
And you have this voice that you were so proud of, and you loved to sing, and you could just express yourself through music, right?
Yes.
And soccer. Tell me about soccer.
I was a high school JVA soccer player.
Wow.
And I also played club soccer for like 4 years.
So Jennifer, I mean, it sounds like she's this girl who was always singing and just always happy and joking. And what was she like kind of at home?
At home, she always kept herself busy. She got, later down in her teen years, she got into makeup, clothes. She did tried to put a lot of YouTube videos together, makeup tutorials to some of the songs, she sang. And one of the songs she put on YouTube was Not About Angel. And in that song, it says, don't give me up.
And so this really hard thing happened, and she had this injury, this seizure, or this brain injury, this stroke.
Her birthday is March 24th, and that's the day when she had a headache. She couldn't keep anything down, and finally took her to the ER, and they had scanned her and noticed there's a bleeding in front of her brain, and she had clot on the right side of the brain. We don't know what was the cause of her bleeding and clotting. Still don't know till this day. They gave her Heldo to knock her down for the calming of her pain.
Right.
And she never woke up. And about 3, 4 in the morning, she stopped breathing, and just everything went down from there. So the doctor had taken and did a surgery, removed her skull, and that's when she had a huge brain shift from back of her brain to forward because she had so much pressure.
What a horrible thing as a parent to not know how she was going to come out of it, if she would come out of it.
Right. So every time when that door opened, it just, my heart just crashed like a, you don't know what to expect. I was just sitting and praying. I grew up as a Christian, but we never had anything like this happen. I think that's the first time I ever knelt down to God to have mercy on Emilee, to please save her life.
Well, you weren't alone. You had a church that was praying for her, praying for you. I remember talking to you on the phone, praying with you on the phone. I know Palmer called you guys as well.
Yeah.
Prayed with you. And it was, there's those moments where all you have is prayer, but you have a lot. And that's what we had. And I know there were dark moments in that hospital, but something happened.
Yes, that 3-hour and 7-hour, 2 different surgery for 10 hours. She hasn't woken up for 2 weeks. We didn't know what to expect. Basically, they let all my family members up to say goodbye to her. And it was going down that route. And I pulled my husband over. I said, I'm not giving her up. I go, why? I don't care what the doctor said. And if she were to make it, she would be in complete vegetative state, completely brain dead. That's what they told us. And I said, she's still hanging on after 10-hour surgery, and she's still here. So for them to say that, I go, I'm not giving her up. And during her coma, 2 weeks of her coma time, I play a lot of that music on YouTube. Not About Angels, Don't Give Me Up. And her eyes kind of blinked open, and she was awake from her coma.
It was her voice singing that song of hope.
Yeah.
That woke her up. That's incredible.
And her middle name's Hope, by the way. And she's living up to it.
I love that. It's interesting. We think of a miracle as this clean cut, everything's better. And this is a miracle that's taken a lot of time, and it's still in progress. And there's still some frustration, right? That you don't have your voice back. I know you want it
Yes.
back, but you still have the hope it's coming back one day.
If you want to be a miracle, you have to work for it for God. That's what I think it is. He wants you to work.
Trusting Him, right? Working
Yes.
hard.
Yes. He even made Jesus work.
Well, Emilee, what would you tell people, or maybe somebody that has to go through something like you've gone through?
Don't give up and believe in yourself. Whatever you put your mind to actually happens.
Well, you inspire me every time I talk to you, Emilee. You are a beacon of hope, Emilee, in what God's doing through your life. And thank you for just being an inspiration to me. And I pray that God will just make all those dreams you had when you were a little girl, they could still come true.
I just want to thank everybody at the Grove, and we had like so many people praying for Emilee.
Yeah.
On top of my siblings, their congregation, and people from her school. We had so many prayers coming in through while she was in the hospital.
They will come, they will go, make us special. It's not about angels, angels.